If you'd like to learn how to make this juicy and succulent chicken recipe as part of your meal prep as well as a nice summery smoothie, stay tuned.
Hi my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Sheila of Bountiful Cook, and here on my channel I make delicious and healthy recipes to inspire you every single week. Now without going any further, I would love to extend a huge thank you to every single one of you that has recently subscribed to my channel. It has been such a heartwarming experience to see just how many people are finding my content on YouTube, finding it valuable enough to not only watch, like and share, but also to subscribe. It means so much to me. And in case you are not aware, we actually have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers by July the 18th, which is the channel's anniversary. So if you're able to help me in any way, shape or form by sharing this content, by liking this content, and by also commenting on the things that you love or perhaps any suggestions you have for future videos, I would highly appreciate it. And I promise that when we reach 1,000 subscribers, I will do something extra special that you will all enjoy. Now let's get on to today's video. I have prepared a very quick meal prep for you. I know that an hour is a short time to do a meal prep, but I know some of you may not have an hour to actually do a meal prep. So therefore I have created a 30-minute meal prep just for you. This will be the honey chicken recipe, and I've also made two sides to go with it to complement the dish, and I guarantee that you will love just how quick and easy this recipe is. But I feel the most important thing is, one, the ingredients are super accessible, two, this meal is super affordable, and of course number three, this is going to be delicious. And you know, on Bountiful Cook, we do not compromise on taste, we do not compromise on the quality of food. So if that sounds like something that you're excited about, stay tuned and I'll show you just how to make this delicious honey chicken recipe. Oh, but before I forget, if you didn't know, I am also on Instagram. So if you were curious about finding other types of recipes and meal ideas, you can find me over on Instagram, where I share on a frequent basis different types of recipes, not only for food, but also for breakfast ideas, as well as smoothies and drinks and things of that nature. But now, let's get on with the cooking.
We're going to start with about 1 kg of boneless chicken thighs. Add a teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of onion powder, quarter teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of fresh garlic, and about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And you want to go ahead and thoroughly mix that and then set it aside to marinate while we cook the rest of the dishes. Remember, you can use chicken breast, but chicken thighs are much more flavoursome and retain the moisture. Let's make our basmati rice. So in the pot I've got about 2 cups of basmati rice. I always make sure that I wash it thoroughly until the water runs clear. You always want to do that to avoid the rice sticking together. Then I'm going to place it over a hot stove and add some lukewarm water, and I've added about 3.5 cups, a little bit of salt and some olive oil, and I'm going to let it simmer on a medium to high heat. And after about 15 to 17 minutes, you should have something that looks like this: perfectly cooked basmati rice, nice and fluffy and ready to eat. Let's prepare the green beans. The first thing you want to do is to go ahead and cut off both ends of the green beans. And once you've done that, you want to cut them into halves. You can eat them whole, but I want to cut them into halves for this recipe. Then you want to make sure that you wash them thoroughly, making sure that they are perfectly clean before cooking them. Then place them into some hot water, drizzle some salt, give them a quick stir and let them cook. Then after about 5 minutes, you can go ahead and drain them, soak them in some cold water to stop them from cooking, and they're ready to be pan seared. Now to sear the green beans, you want to add some olive oil and some shallots to a preheated pan, as well as about 4 cloves of minced garlic. Once they've cooked, add some of the green beans in there and make sure that you stir regularly so that you can make sure that the green beans don't overcook. Add some black pepper and some sea salt and you are done. So now that we're done with the rice and the beans, we're going to focus on the marinated chicken thighs. What we're going to do is add the chicken thighs into a preheated pan that has olive oil drizzled into it. You want to go ahead and make sure that you cook the chicken until it is fully browned. Never eat chicken when it's pink because that usually means it's undercooked and can be very dangerous. And this is why I like to use chicken thighs instead of chicken breast, as it maintains the juiciness and the moisture of the chicken. Now to make our delicious honey sauce, we're going to add some vinegar, some sesame oil, sriracha, some honey, as well as some dark soy sauce, and give it a good mix until it's ready to add. Once you've gone ahead and added all of that delicious sauce that we just made, you want to make sure that the chicken thighs are fully saturated in that sauce, because this is where the flavors really marry and they become absolutely amazing. I've gone ahead and added some freshly diced chilies, and these chilies are definitely going to add more depth to this dish, but this is also optional if you do not like spicy food. Other than that, we are already done. Now to finish off, we're going to go ahead and make this a delicious mango and orange smoothie. It's super easy to make and doesn't take that many ingredients at all. As you can see, I've just peeled the orange. I'm going to go ahead and dice it into quarters and just add this into the jar. The whole point of doing this is just to make sure that you have all your fruits ready to go when you actually want to make the smoothie, so you don't have to start prepping it first thing in the morning or perhaps at lunchtime when you actually really want to have the smoothie. All you have to do is to empty out the jar into your blender or perhaps your smoothie maker and add all the extra trimmings that you want into the smoothie, and you are good to go. But how gorgeous do these jars already look? They just make you want to have a smoothie, and I think that's what I truly love about doing a meal prep, is that it helps me to want to do better. Alright, so I just wanted to quickly show you what I would do on the day, which is literally do what I just mentioned, which is just to pour all of the fruits into your mixer or your blender. I've added some natural yogurt and a little bit of honey, as well as some ice cubes, and you can see just how beautiful this turns out, and it's just so inviting, and I promise that when you make this, you will love it. And now for one of my favorite parts of doing a meal prep day, this is where we get to put all of our delicious meals into these gorgeous meal prep containers. And if you are interested in them, I will leave a link for them in the description below. Now, what I'm going to do here is to just slice the chicken thighs. Now, this is completely optional. You don't have to do this, but I do find it a lot easier to eat, especially when you're in a hurry, when it's all nicely sliced. So you can go ahead and do that for that purpose, but otherwise you can just have the chicken thighs as they are. But you can just see how juicy they are. They've retained the moisture, and that's why I like to use chicken thighs instead of chicken breast. Once you place the chicken, you can actually now go ahead and drizzle some of that remaining sauce on top of the chicken thighs, and this will actually help when you're reheating the meal so that the chicken thighs do not dry out, but it's also a great way to just add a little bit more sauce into your meal. Now to finish off, we're going to add some roasted black sesame seeds, and these are high in fiber and protein, so also quite nutritious, so they add to this beautiful meal, and I'm just so proud of us. Look how delicious this looks. Totally worth it.
Alright my lovelies, so we are done with a meal prep. As you can see, it's such a beautiful spread, and definitely something that I would encourage you to try at least once, because it doesn't even take that long at all to actually create, and you will love just how delicious it turns out.
So I just wanted to give you a few tips on how to make sure that your meal prep stays fresh throughout the week. The first thing you want to do is to make sure that they cool down to room temperature before placing them in the fridge. And once they do, what you want to do is to make sure you do not keep them for more than 5 days. So 4 to 5 days are best. And of course, make sure that you do not freeze them for more than 4 months. That way you keep the same nutritional value, and they also do not change in terms of texture as well as the taste.
So if you have loved this meal prep, do not forget to let me know in the comments below. And of course, you could always show me love by pressing that like button and just thumbs up for me. And of course, we are on our goal to making 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So if you can share it with a fellow foodie who also wants to discover different meal prep ideas, then I would really appreciate it. But until next time, do not forget that I will be here on Friday posting more meal preps just for you. Bye.